Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. It's Tuesday, it's 2 o'clock, and we're going to play some tunes. Hi, I'm JP. Nice to meet you, if you haven't seen me before. Hi! That's better, isn't it? Hi, good afternoon. This is something that we're going to be doing that's a little bit new. This is Tuesday Tunes with JP. Hi, nice to meet you. And I'm going to be going through a couple of things, and it says, obviously, on the card, how to loop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of songs that I play regularly for gigs, and then I'm going to show you how I loop them. It's as simple as that. So we're going to kick off with a song. Let me know if it's loud, if it's too loud, if it's not loud enough, if you want a different song, if you know what songs I play. I should have a set list really up on the screen. That would be quite good. I'll try and do that for next time, for next Tuesday. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play a song that is quite popular when I play live. If you can hear a little bit of noise in the background, there's some gardening going on outside. I don't know why. It's sunny. I'm indoors. So anyway, I'm going to be playing, I've got the Boss RC600 loop station here, which is just here. And it's connected, basically my guitar and my microphone are connected here. I'm going to use my foot into my TC Helicon Voice Live Play acoustic. They go out XLR into the mic inputs, both inputs, and I use the second one as a line basically for the guitar, so you can hear it. And then we're just going out, and you guys are hearing me by USB. So please let me know in the chat if you guys are around, and you are let me know if it's too loud, it's not loud enough. I'd like to know because I'm using OBS as a system. I just want to make sure it sounds okay. So without any further ado, I'm going to play a song which is by Justin Timberlake, which is very popular when I play live. So let me know if you want to know how I play this, how I break it down, and also I'm going to be playing a couple of other songs over the next hour. Cheers. Everybody knows all about my direction, and in my heart somewhere I wanna go there. I can go there. Everybody just say something, say something, say something, say something, say something that says something. I don't wanna be caught up in the rhythm of it, but I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No, no, no. Caught up in the middle of it. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. Everybody knows all about my transgressions, and in my heart somewhere, in melody and harmony, with you and me tonight. Whoa, doesn't call my name. Everybody just say something, say something, say something, and say something, say something, and say something. I don't wanna be caught up in the middle of it. No, I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No, no, no. Caught up in the rhythm of it. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. 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 Sometimes the greatest way to say something is say nothing at all. Sometimes the greatest way to say something is to say nothing, yeah. Good afternoon. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. No, no, no. Caught up in the middle of it. I can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. No, no, no. Caught up in the rhythm of it. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. 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 Sometimes the greatest way to say something is to say nothing at all. Sometimes the greatest way to say something is to say nothing, yeah. Cheers! So, this is Tuesday Tunes with JP. Hi, good afternoon, wherever you are from, whether it's the morning, the evening, or just the afternoon. This is 2 o'clock, well, it's 2:15. Just a little bit of a technical glitch getting online, so we got it online about 10 past. What I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is going to be doing this every week on Tuesdays, and I'm just noticing the stream's going blip, blip, blip. Please let me know if it's okay, just to give us a chat, give us a hello in the stream world. Stream world. Please let me know if this chat is okay, if it's loud enough, if it's too loud, if it's distorting. Please let me know. It'd be really, really useful. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to basically play a song, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the song I just played. So in the little card I made, it says how to loop. So that was I'm looking over here, but it was Justin Timberlake, Say Something. And what we're going to do is basically I'm going to break that down. So I'm using, let me just change the scene here. There we go. The Boss RC600 with the TC Helicon Voice Live Play acoustic. So using something really technical like my feet, my microphone and guitar basically go in here, as you can see here with my foot, going into the TC Helicon. They go out of our XLR, and if you follow the cables very, very carefully, you'll find that they go into both mic inputs. So I'm using mic input one for the actual microphone, and then input number 2 is actually the guitar. And I've changed that to a line, so it's basically a guitar. And then I've got a stereo out, so a speaker that's just over there, so I can see it, I can hear it. Sorry, that's really funny, my foot. And then additional to that, I've got a Boss FS7 pedal, which is this one, and that's just to make sure that the memories go up and down. And then what we've also got as well is we've got a volume pedal. Now that volume pedal is actually connected to the loops, so I can actually drop the loops down and bring them back up again. I'll show you that a little bit later. So I've erased the loop, and I'm going to do it basically all over again, but in bits. I'm going to show you what I did. I hope this is going to be something that you guys like over the current weeks, because it's basically just breaking down the songs that I do. These are the songs that I do when I play in like local pubs and clubs and things like that. If you've got any requests and you know the songs that I do, if you go, well, how do you break that one down? What I'm going to do is I should actually put up like a list somewhere. I'll put a list somewhere up so you guys can actually see all the songs that I do. Hi, good afternoon, good evening. And then what we'll do is we'll break it all down. So this song is in a second capo, and basically normal tuning. So the green guitar, my green guitar is in normal tuning, and the red guitar is in dad god. And what we do basically is this is A minor, then it's C, then it's G, and it's actually a D with a sort of like drop. So someone can tell me it's a sus4 or something, I can't remember. So that's the main sort of structure. And if you're familiar with this song, the Justin Timberlake song, this is Say Something, that I've just played, then you'll know that basically it has a couple of beats with it, has a couple of things, has some harmonies, and obviously other singers. And the first thing, of course, is to get a loop beat down, so making sure the tempo is all right. I actually played it a little bit quicker than I normally do, but then basically we use loop number 1, which is obviously the first one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and I've got to be careful not to talk straight after looping because it's in overdub mode straight away. So that's our kind of loop. Then you would have seen me sort of hit the guitar. So we've now got our beat there. I think afterwards I add a little bit of a hi-hat. So if you're just joining us, this is Tuesday Tunes with JP, and this is basically showing you how I break down some of the songs that I am doing. Give us a hello on the chat, and also if you want to request a song, you can do that with a super chat. But just give us a hello, tell me where you guys are from and what you're listening to, where you're listening from, basically. So we're just breaking down. Let me stop that. We're just breaking down the beat. So that was the beat that I created for this song. I've done it even slightly faster. So. There we go. So that is the beat there, and we've got our beats in. By the way, let me know if this is too loud or it's not loud enough, because I need to know, obviously, to make sure I can find out. What are you doing, YouTube? YouTube, what are you doing? There we go. That's better. Right. So the 4 chords basically for the main loop is A minor, C, G, and this kind of drop sus. I think it's a sus4, sus4 D. So we put that into a loop. So we go. We've got our beat, and then we put this onto loop number 2. So that's what it sounds like, and I am muted, sort of muting with my hand, kind of muting the sound. Now, along with that comes the kind of first effect that I use with the TC Helicon. Now, you do have guitar to bass in the RC600. I'm tweaking it at the moment, so whilst I'm kind of gigging live, I'm still using the the TC Helicon Voice Live Play. I use that for harmonies anyway, but I kind of use my bass line, which is this one. Hello. So this bass line I use, which I'm going to try and make on the RC600. I have a bass here. Hello, hello, hello. But it's far too boomy at the moment, so I just want to tweak it a little bit. And this is where we put our bass line in. So literally I'm singing dun 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 dun. Oh, it's so freezing. Bryant, I'm so sorry about that. So levels are fine. YouTube's doing the freezing thing. Yay! Thanks, YouTube. Cool. Anyway, so if I was to sing that bass line again, and doing that, and then we add it on to the second loop. So we add it on to here. If you sing the right note as well. Okay, so we've got our bass line there. What's going on? Oh, it's dropping the video frames. As long as you can still hear me, I'm sorry about the video frames. I don't know what's going on. The power of the internet at its best. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll try and carry on. If it's getting really bad, I will pause the stream and I'll restart it. But just let me know. Just keep me on top of things, Brian. That'd be great. And then what we've now got is we've got basically our beat, and we've got our guitar muted with the bass. The third track is basically using this lovely sound, which is this one. And it's really weird. It says it's got excellent connection, but then it's buffering. Weird. Okay. So this lovely sound, which is basically this really long reverb on the TC Helicon. So while this is playing, I'm going, and then harmonize that. Okay, so let's put that in, and that's on track number 3. Okay, so we're going to put it in there. And that is our, that's really, really accurate, isn't it? Right, there we go. And that is our 3 different ones. So let's have a look. You are completing with all the morning online US. Oh, right, okay, yeah, I suppose so. What, 7 a.m. East time, 3 a.m. West. So coming online in the US. Yeah, 2 p.m. was a great idea, JP. Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, so we're basically, let's do a bit of a recap. So what we've done now is, let's go there. On track 1, this one, if you can see it on the video, this is our beat. It's 2 bars long. And then this one, basically, in cohesion, is all the guitar and the bass. And then this one, as we've just done, is our harmonies. Now I normally reserve this track for the chorus, and even if I do, I sort of start-stop. My start-stop plays everything all at once, so if I go, I'll do that, and I'll literally just like pedal down. I can do it a lot faster than that, but this is just obviously practicing with it. So I can just go like that, and then I can bring this back in. I can't help myself, I can't help myself. Right, okay. Maybe I'm looking for something. And that's where I take the harmony vocals off, because we're about to do a chord change. No, I can't help myself, no, no, no. So I'll take it. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't help. And then this is where the only chord change really is. We go, something I can't help. Now, I turn off tracks 2 and 3, but 1 keeps playing. So that way you've still got a beat going. There's no bass line for this. They could put a bass line in, obviously, but then it'd be another track and it'd take longer. But for live environments, it's just easier just to basically drop out the chords, have the beat going just for those 8 bars, as it were, and then you're back to your A minor, C, G, and D. And then I'm just playing around with turning the harmonies on and off, the harmony sort of like airy vocals, as it were. And that's the whole track. And then you'll notice basically that I end with sort of an A minor. It doesn't actually do that on the track, I don't think. I think they just fade out. I can't remember if they fade out, but I remember the live version. They do end on a sort of. There we go. So yeah, so that is kind of the first one that I've done, which basically is Say Something by Justin Timberlake, and Let's have a look. 8:30 a.m. here. Oh, wow. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Good morning for Tuesday Tunes. The funny thing is, I was going to do it in the UK, Tuesday Tunes at 2 o'clock, all the T's, and actually it's 8 o'clock, so it's 8:30. It was 8 o'clock I started it for you. Well, about 10 past. Yeah, let's see if we can carry on and see if the internet improves. I hope it does. That'd be a bit rubbish if it doesn't. So that is how I loop Justin Timberlake's Say Something. Now, there's loads of different songs that I can actually loop, and it depends on obviously what you want to hear. There's a one that I do, which again is a bit of a sort of like a classic tune. And that classic tune, let's just have a look at what's going on with these streaming settings, because it says it's fine, but clearly it's not. Stream is healthy. No data issues. Well, I don't believe you. I don't believe that there's a problem. There is a problem, because it's not working properly. There we go. I'm sorry about this. Just give me a second. I'm just fighting with YouTube as usual. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you for that. Right, all I want to do is live stream. I mean, how odd is it? Is it still buffering with me looking like weird, or is it actually live? Someone please tell me. I really, really need to know. Let's have a look. Let's actually look at it from your side and let's see what's going on. Yeah, it's live. It looks pretty live to me. Okay, cool. It looks live at my end. Oh yeah, I can see it kind of buffering a little bit. Yeah. Every couple of seconds it's going a bit nuts, isn't it? All right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. As long as the audio is still there, and I realise it's buffering, and I apologise about that. So the next song I'm going to do is quite a classic song, and it's quite easy to play, hence why I play it. But then I use the looper on this in a kind of different way. And it's Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses. Now, I'm not going to be screaming out a massive sort of like solo guitar. I actually sing part of the solo, which is a bit weird. But it's because obviously I do it acoustically. And I'll show you what I do, because obviously I only use about, I think, 2 loops, if 3 loops maybe. I do use all 6 loops of the RC600 if you do have that question. It's just that there's a couple of them I don't utilise on some of the songs. Mainly because I've been playing with an RC300, then a head rush, and then it's kind of like just migrating what I know over to this, and it's just taking a bit of time. So, capo number 5, normal tuning. So we're D, C, and G, and then back to D. But we need to get our rhythm down first. 1, 2, 1. So there's our rhythm. everything is as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, it takes me away to that special place. If I stay too long, I'd probably break down and cry. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. But if they start to rain, I'd hate to look into those eyes and see an empty pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child and high. Pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. And I'll stop there. So the reason why I'm stopping there is because it's pretty much all the same from that point. And I'm just going to then break down, obviously, what I've just done. So again, we're turning on and off a couple of different things. And we're going to start with, obviously, the bass. Sorry, the beat. Start with the bass. Start with the beat. So, of course, I'm trying to keep this version of Sweet Child of Mine a little bit lighter, a little bit nicer and lighter. Now, I don't go into the, where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? I actually carry on playing the na 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 and I kind of end it slowly by turning off the loops. So the beat. So you heard me go. And then boom, 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 and then or whatever I did. So let's go to there. There we go. So yeah, so we basically stood that, and then obviously we end up with something like this. With me, when I loop stuff, when I do hi-hats, I don't just go because that's boring. What I do is go. So I'm using the volume of my voice. So the reason for that is it means it sounds a little bit natural, more natural, like a drummer where they go. And they kind of like don't hit everything exactly the same. It doesn't sound so robotic, but also I'll always have a little bit of an open hi-hat noise at the end of the loop, and that basically is an indication to me to say that's the end of the loop, and it means that it's just not the same all the way through and I don't get a little bit confused. So having a little bit of intonation, having a little bit of dynamics in the beat makes it easier for me to figure out what it is. So do that. I always put in the end. So quick caveat before we carry on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Tuesday Tunes with JP. This is going to be a new session that I'm doing every Tuesday. We're having a little bit of a glitch thing with the video side, but stick with us because the audio apparently is coming through, which is good. Say hi in the live stream, and I'm going to be breaking down some of the songs that I play live. Simple as that. So there we go. Chris, hi JP, I missed the workshop due to personal matters. That's fair enough. Is it still possible to pay and watch? Yes, it is. For those who are maybe aware, I did a live workshop. It was a 3-hour workshop, all on the Boss RC600. Yes, you can. If you go to the email, I can put it in the chat. I'll just need a minute to do that if you want. But basically, when you pay for it, And then what happens is once you do that, you will get a link to a hello Andrea. You'll get a link to the workshop. The workshop obviously has already been live streamed, but you can watch it back, and I think you've got 5 more days, and then I'm going to delete it. It's going to go. It's not going to be back up again. So it is a limited time thing. So Chris, yes, you can, and of course you can watch it as many times as you want for the next 5 days. I think I'm going to take it down on Monday. Yeah, you can. So if you just follow the link that I sent you on email about it, or if you see the links there for the payment, as soon as you do the payment, then what happens is I'll send you the link for that, basically the web page, which is a locked web page, which you can't get to without paying for it, basically. It's not, a couple of things I want to address on that as well. A couple of people emailed me, they said they paid for it and they can't get access to it. The reason is when you go into where I put all my courses, it's not a course, it's a live event, and it's already happened. So it's kind of disappeared, but if you watched it, you'll have the link, so therefore just save the link, okay? So it won't be in the courses option, because it's not a course you can go back to. It's a live workshop that I've just basically put it out there. So if I'll put that in the chat in a minute, but yeah, there we go. Hi, it's 8:40 in the morning, I'm watching looping videos, love it, thanks. Yeah, you guys, Brian, 8:40 where you are, and Chris, 8:40 where you are. You guys must be in the same time zone. Andrea, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Which one is it? We've got 2 mornings at the moment. Someone say in the chat what time it is where they are. Back to Guns N' Roses. So this beat. I don't know why at the moment. Today I'm playing a little bit faster than I normally would. That's a little bit fast. Then I skipped over to loop number 3, which is basically this one. And I kind of figured out Central Canada. Oh, Canada. Nice. Sorry, that was really bad. 3:45 for me, so an hour ahead. We're in Europe. Nice, cool. Central time zone, US. Nice. CTZ? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm British, I haven't got a clue. We keep changing our hours, being whether it's British or weather, winter. Anyway, going back to this song, we've got our beat. I went over to here and did this. So that's a little bit different, and it just basically shocks a lot of people when you're playing it live. It's like, oh, what? It sounds like there's a lot of people singing ba 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 ba, and I'm not actually going ba 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 ba. So we go ba 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 da ba 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 da. So there's a gap, ba gap, da 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 da, ba 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 da. Then once you've got that established, I then go ba bum bum ba bum ba 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 bum ba 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 ba, but it doesn't sound like it's all one piece. So you've got a little bit of a punch at the first ba. So have a listen. Then there's about 4 overdubs there. So that works really well with the chords. So if you a D. So it works really well. So if you put that in first, then basically a little bit different for looping, and people go, ooh, what's this? And that's the whole point. I like to kind of give people a little bit of guesswork what I'm playing. And then we've got our beat and our ba-ba bars going, so let's play them again. And then the longest loop comes in, which is the guitar itself. Right, it's going to start in now. 2, 3, and. Now you'll notice that in the song when I do it, I actually turn off the ba-ba bars when I'm singing the verse. So if they're all together. Now that it seems to me, reminds me of childhood memories. Everything is as fresh. And then on that fresh, this is where the TC Helicon comes into its own, because bright blue sky and I used the harmony there just for a little bit, just a little bit of tease. It's actually there in the original. There's a little bit of a harmony there, so it's just nice to add in, and then. See your face takes me away to that special place. If I stay too long, probably break down and cry. We've got loops 1 and 2 playing. Then turn loop 2 off and turn loop 3 on. Now you can do this in a couple of ways. So you can either basically turn loop 3 on first, because it doesn't matter, it actually follows the chords, which is quite useful. But because let me just change this. If I go to there, because that's loop 2 and loop 2 stop, and loop 3 play and loop 3 stop, what I can do is I can do that and kind of push 2 buttons together. For safety, I don't always do that, because sometimes your pressure misses depending on whether you're leaning one side or the other. So let me just add loops 1 and 2 back in. Okay, so loops 1 and 2 are playing. We're going to go into the chorus. I press both at the same time with my phone. If I'm playing the guitar, really, you just can't see that, okay, because I haven't switched it around. There you go. Hi. And you can just bring loop 2 back at the end of the chorus. Off again. So you kind of just merge in between the two. Right at the last chorus, which I didn't actually play, the last chorus, I actually just play loop 3. So oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. So you can do that, things like that. So you can push it and pull it however you want. Just be aware, obviously, when you create a really long loop and where you are in the beat, sometimes it's better to hit the stop-start, because this can trigger in the middle. If you're two in bar 2 of 4, as it were, and sometimes that can happen if you put an extra thing in, because the loops aren't truly independent on this yet, because they're kind of tied to whatever the first loop is. So even though that first loop goes around 1 bar, if it does it 4 times, while that's got a 4-bar loop on, if you're twice round on here, you're kind of twice round on here. So you have to be mentally aware of that. The nice little cheat version of that is stop everything and then start everything again, like really quickly, and then that will start on bar 1, beat 1, as it were. So yes, so that is how I play some of Guns N' Roses acoustically. If you want to take it another level, one thing I do, which is, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but this actually becomes the solo sometimes if I'm feeling cheeky. So, ready for this? You've got to think I've just played the chorus, and outside of mine. Right, okay. And we play a kazoo for this. Why not? Because it's a bit of fun. Can't take it too seriously. Craziness, right? So it's just a bit of fun, and it always gets the audience to go, "What the hell is he doing?" So yeah, that's what I kind of like. I like to, confuse my audience. So yeah, kazoo solo on Guns N' Roses. That's what you need. Now then, just a couple of things. First of all, yes, you can buy this t-shirt. It's on the merch table just underneath the video. So if you do want to buy that, that helps me out as well, and you're kind of supporting the channel. Give it a thumbs up. I know the video is choppy, but apparently the audio is great. If you want to send me a super chat, you can do. Send me a super chat and request a song even, if you want to do that as well. What is this? Hello, how we doing? Anja, that's a great little emoji, fantastic. How are we doing with this and the looper? I hope it's going okay. I'm going to change guitars. So nice little thing I can do is a hold button on the TC Helicon. You can set that up on the RC600. By the way, you can mute the microphone on the RC600, which is really nice because you can mute the guitar and basically the microphone input. So I've now unplugged this and you didn't hear a poof. By the way, a quick caveat for those who are following the channel, the review for this is out on Friday. Plus 2 little tips that will help any guitar, well, any electric guitar. For those of the channel know that I am not, or not yet, an electric guitar player. I'm predominantly an acoustic player. But yeah, let's see what we do with this electric guitar. How's the sound? Is it okay? I know that the... Chris, I've only just noticed your message. Dropping eargasms. I have never, in my 42 years on the planet, heard that word before. You're dropping eargasms. I love it. That's fantastic. Oh, Chris, I love it. That's great. Yo, Rockin' Dave, how we doing? Hello from Southwest Florida. I bet it's nice there. Is it nice there, or is it like, you know, tornado-y or something like, I don't know. Just recently got the Boss RC300 and used it at my gig last night. Streamed it live. Nice. Did you stream? Where did you stream? Rockin' Dave. Did you stream on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook? Where were you? And wherever you streamed it, tell us. And then what we'll do is we will all go and watch it. Because I believe we should all watch each other's stuff. Obviously watch mine, of course. But the whole point of this is it's meant to be a community. We all watch each other's stuff, and then that helps us all. On what's the phrase? A rising tide lifts all boats, which I think is quite nice. Love when you're looping. It sounds cool. Thanks. Chris, yes. Brilliant. Eargasms. Right, okay, completely different kind of change of tact now. This is now in DADGAD. So for those who are not aware, my red guitar is in DADGAD, and my blue greeny guitar, which is apparently is called now Lucky Lime. It got named by a friend of ours. Oh, you're playing Lucky Lime. Right, okay, well, it's now called Lucky Lime. This is called Red. It's always been called Red, because guess what? It's red. It's nice, but it gets hot. Streamed on YouTube, thanks. Cool. If that's the case, then everyone who's watching this stream, please, after obviously watching this, go and have a look at Rockin' Dave's live stream if you've got it saved. I hope you have. And also go and check out the channel. I'll have a look at that later on today. Thank you very much. Another looper, another loop artist in the fray, down in the trenches, playing at a gig. How was the 300, by the way? What did you have before? Are you just new to looping, or did you upgrade? You said did you say upgraded? You just recently got, so I don't know if you upgraded to a different one, Dave. But how did you find it? I mean, obviously the buttons on the 300 are lovely. Obviously there's a couple of limitations with the 300, but it's great for most people. It's fantastic. So everyone go and watch Rockin' Dave's. Oh, you rock. So do you. You're gigging live. I'm gigging in my room. I have got a live gig next week, I think. And I'll be playing this song. This one's a bit different though, the way I loop it. So, yeah. I also use the kazoo again, just because I love playing about with the kazoo. Have you guessed it yet? Dishes! Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Letters about to fall. 15 months old baby. Looking for the last. 7 years of bad luck. Yeah. Good things in your past. Even things that you don't understand. Let it suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. So that's how I play Superstition. Now, the fun thing with this is you can have so much fun with this tune and you can add or take away stuff. What I like to do with the looper is I actually like to have a little bit on there, but not loads, and I play the song pretty much all the way through, and I just have a bass line and the bum 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 ba da da. So, track 1. Dave, you can do these because they're all 3 loops, basically. So there you go, you could put this on the 300 as well. So, again, I kind of make like noises with this, as opposed to kind of using the actual rhythm section. I am starting to play around with the rhythm section. I've never really used it. I never used it on the 300. I never used it on the head rush. I never used it on the 500. I used it a little bit on the 500, and I'm starting to play around with this. I'm starting to save certain songs with beats in. Because I like to perform them, I like to create the beat myself. I don't know why, just the beatboxy element, I quite like it. So yeah, there's and you can have this nice little sort of funky bit with it, and then the kick and the snare and everything else. And then, as you heard, we'll get to that in a minute. So I use the bass line for this. By the way, a caveat for this, you might be able to hear the other loop. I've got a speaker that's just there. I do not use in-ear monitoring. I don't use headphones because I'm in a live environment. Normally that speaker is pointing that way. It's pointing at me right now, so you're going to hear a little bit of a spill. I don't mind. I'm not too fussed. I'm not like a purist when it comes to things like that. This microphone is a Fifine K8. It's a £30 microphone. I think it's about $24. It's really cheap and it's fine. It works. It's great. It sounds really good. The rear rejection is really good. I lost a £130 microphone into a water dock in the Albert Dock in Liverpool. So in the dock in Albert Dock in Liverpool, the famous Albert Dock, when I was busking, I dropped and it rolled off and it splashed into the Albert Dock. And there was a lot of choice words being made. So now I gig with really cheap microphones. So if I lose one, I don't care. Or if someone spits all over it, I've got a spare one. So I've actually got 2 of these. And it sounds great. It sounds fine. Anyway, the percussive low end of the red guitar is hotter. Yes, it is. Yeah, I know that already. Yeah, it is. It's because it's obviously in D. I suppose that. But it is a little bit hotter on this one as well. So, yeah. But also, when I was strumming the other songs, as opposed to this one, I proper rock out to this. So I proper hit it hard. So, but yeah. So basically, the next one is the bass line, which is this. D. And that's it. And then I've got a radio sound. Now there is a radio sound on the head rush, which I've got here, 1 2 1 2 and I'm trying to mimic this one at the moment. 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 2. So there's a little bit of tuning to do with that. I'm not fully comfortable with it yet, so that's why I'm using the I'm so muscle memoried up on the Play Acoustic that I need to obviously learn the muscle memory for this when I'm gigging live. I'll get there eventually. I may even just reduce the Play Acoustic down to just a harmony pedal because I want the harmonies to follow the guitar, which is the one thing the 600 doesn't do. You've got to obviously pick a tune or pick a MIDI keyboard, which is fine, obviously, for most people, but for people playing guitar, it would be really nice if they just took one thing from the VE500 and just put it in this as an update. I hope they do that. I hope they're listening. So yes, so going over to the radio sound. Quite simple, really. And then it's just repeated that with a kazoo because it's fun. Why not? And then that's only going to come in at the very, very beginning and in between the verses. And when you're singing, we've got basically 1 and 2 playing. So you see that, by the way, I was able to go bang, bang, and just turn loop 3 off really quickly, like I said before. So there we go. They're superstitious. You could even sing this bit without playing. It's dark and mysterious. And then when you get to the chorus, and then I'm about to fall. All start, all stop. Superstition ain't the way. And we're back. Now further down the line on the track, I bring the harmonies back in. If you believe, so if you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer, yeah. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. Superstition ain't the way. How I end it? Superstition ain't the way. And I actually sing the ending. That's it. I literally just cut it there, and then you can go if you want to. I don't. I like to leave it hanging. And people go, hey, clap, 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 clap. So there we go. Right, let's have a look at the chat. What's going down? Side note, Pro Con video, RC600 and... Oh, okay. I've said this in a live stream before, and I'm still debating whether to do a Pro Con video for the RC600 and Headrush Looper board, as in, which one should you buy? It's totally down to you. It's totally down to what you need out of a looper. I'm very, very lucky, and I do mean that genuinely. I'm very lucky to say I have both, because I invested in the Headrush Looper board basically the second it came out. And then I was very lucky to get my hands on an RC600 as well. And I basically have migrated to the 600. It's as simple as that. Now, do I miss a 7-inch touchscreen? Yes. Do I miss the weight of the Headrush Looper board? Absolutely not. Do I miss 4 combi-ins as opposed to 2 combi-ins and 2 XLRs and 4 jacks? It's kind of, but I use XLRs anyway, so just for these. And then what I could do is eventually, I plug in, obviously, for the harmony, so I have to plug the guitar into the the voice like Play Acoustic. So I use 2 guitars, so I can either unplug and switch over, or what I could do is you have a little switch pedal, which I'm thinking of investing in, basically where I plug both guitars in at the same time, therefore I don't have to mess around too much. But it's still got to go through that, and the output of the Play Acoustic is XLR. So I've taken the decision to plug the guitar in on mic number 2, as it is. So as you can see there, So that's my microphone on the right, and that's my guitar on the left. And in the settings of this, I've changed that so it's basically a guitar line, as it were. So do I miss the connections? Yeah. I've got 2 extra ones. That's how I look at it, because I've actually got 4 jacks I'm not using. I could plug in guitars, I could plug in a keyboard, I could plug in 2 keyboards technically, a keyboard and a drum machine if I really wanted to. So no, I'm not really missing that. I do miss the touch screen. I think it's a lot easier to navigate with a touch screen. However, getting used to the menu system of the RC600 is actually frightfully easy. So once you get your head around it, and you have to unlearn 1 or 2 things to basically learn this. And that's fine. I'm happy to do that. In fact, I have done that, and you may have seen that from all the videos I've done on YouTube. But if I was to choose, literally, if they came out at the same time and someone said pick one, it's the RC600. 6 tracks instead of 4, 32-bit floating is huge. And believe me, when you pump up the volume, sorry, stupid brain. When you pump up the volume on the PA, it just, the headroom for 32-bit floating, if you're not fully aware of what that means and how important that is for loopers, it's massive. 32-bit floating, when you're doing overdub on top of overdub on top of overdub, and you suddenly realize you've got 12 recordings or 14 recordings, like, 3, 4, and then they're overdubbed on top of, it's massive. And then it starts, you hit a wall with everything that came before the RC5 and 500, basically, because they're all lower than 32-bit. 32-bit, you can push it so much more, and it's like there's a kind of built-in compressor, kind of, not, but yes, kind of, with 32-bit floating, you can kind of push it. There is no real limit with it. That's huge. The effects are much more usable on the RC600. I know I'm using the TC Helicon today, but basically I'm starting to migrate over. I didn't use the effects at all on the Headrush looper board. The reason because basically you had a rack of 4 and that was it, and one of them was the reverb. So then I've lost a rack straight away, and you can't change them on the fly. Technically with this you've got 16, because you've got 4 banks of 4, and with a button you could go up a bank and down a bank, and you can use 4 at a time. And then you've got track effects on top of that. Then you've got assigns, and the assigns I think actually are really important. So the assigns, the 16 assigns, and instantly I've heard loads of people going, that's not enough, there's not enough assigns. If you're wanting to replace every button on the floor with a MIDI, you've got the wrong pedal. Go and get the Boss RC505. Because if you're going, oh well, I need a volume control, and I need this, and I need that, and everything else, you can send 6, you can send 8 outs to a mixer and do it manually with an actual audio mixer and send the audio of that out to a PA. That's a route that I've not seen anyone do yet, and actually that is probably the best way of doing it, because it's the actual audio, as opposed to going, I need a MIDI controller to control the volume of the loop 3 on loop 4 and loop 5. Don't bother. You just got the loop level, and then you can actually control the output of each one and route it out separately. Am I talking too much? I'm probably talking too much. Sorry, I could go on about the 600 all day. So I would choose the 600 over the Headrush looper board. However, the routing customization of the RC600 and the Headrush looper board are kind of about the same now. And you could probably pick up a Headrush looper board. I don't know, actually, I've not checked. But I don't know how easily you could pick up a Headrush looper board for a lot cheaper than they were for the recommended retail price. If they're still the same price, then I would swallow my pride and I would get an RC600, because I would swallow my pride about basically losing the touchscreen, because that's all you're really doing. And it's a quad-core DSP processor that's inside the Headrush looper board, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong, it is amazing. The processor in this is amazing. 32-bit floating, 13 hours record time, 1.5 hours per track with a total of 13 hours. I don't know anyone who's pushed that yet. So really clever. Unlimited overdubs. So we're blessed. I started with the Headrush E2, which was actually made by Akai, which was one phrase looper. I think it was about 12 seconds. It had no undo redo. It only had one jack input, so I had a mini mixer in front of it just so I could plug a microphone into it. And it was a monster pain in the bum. It was the same one that Katie Tunstall used for Black Horse and the Cherry Tree on Jules Holland, if you've seen that. And yeah, absolutely crazy. So I would definitely go for the 600 over the head rush, and also just sheer weight. It's like not even, it's about half the size. So yeah, so I'd go for that. There you go. One thing I find really, really useful is I find the loop, the orb, the loop thing. I find that really, really useful, and I don't miss the kind of the visuals of the head rush going across. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of shout that out. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'm gonna start playing again. Right, okay, back to the chat. Oh, cool. So Rockin' Dave, I saw your video on the 300 and got it because I liked how you were using it. Plus, built-in volume pedal is great. It is. That's one thing that's missing of the 600. I kind of wish that volume pedal was still there and built in. They could have done it. It's quite. If you look at the size of the volume pedal compared to the 600, it is bigger. You could have put a mini one in anyway. But yeah, I do miss that being built in. That would have been nice. I don't mind it being longer if it had that built in. But yeah, that's cool. I assign that to the volume of the loops. Because of low-end red guitar pushing the levels and the strumming vocal at the same time. Okay, yeah, cool. Still have my original RC20 and RC, I take it that's 30, 29XL. In total, I have 7 or 8 loop pedals. They do wear out after a while, especially in hot weather. Yeah, I bet they do. Is it the switches that wear out, Dave? I wonder if that's why they wear out. So, yeah. Let's have a quick look. There we go. When I go live on Wednesday, the 27th. Oh, tomorrow. You're going live tomorrow. Fantastic. 8 p.m. ET. Definitely give you a big shout out. You're definitely the looping king of my friend. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you so much. Obviously, if you do like this live stream, then obviously give it a thumbs up. It's now telling me there's no one watching. Please tell me someone's watching. Please tell me there's someone watching. The analytics have just failed massively. So I hope it's still live. Who knows? We'll find out. Lots of info. I do not loop, but I play with my accordion and my own backing tracks. It's a lot of fun. Yes. You would not have to do an either or, just a pro con go from there. Okay, cool. Well, I've just talked about 5 minutes why I'd go for the 600 over the head rush, but the head rush does have some pros, massive pros on it. That big touchscreen is a huge pro. So yes, so definitely I could do that. I could probably do a pro and con for each. Why not? I'll add that to the video list actually. I'm going to do that, Ryan. Do that, man. Lots of info. Yeah, I'm here. Cool. Wicked. When you stream live, if you stream live, basically YouTube Studio gives you these kind of like things to say how many people are viewing right now, and it's literally 000. So I'm glad people are still here. So it's obviously wrong. You haven't all left me. Still watching. Cool, fantastic, that's good. Right, so what we'll do is, that was basically how I loop Superstition. I hope you got that, and I hope you got that. I was talking about that 5 minutes ago. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a different one, which, again, it's in DadGad. No, actually, I tell you what, I've changed my mind. I'm going to do a bit more of a fun one. So I'm just going to change back over to, there we go. I'm going to change back over to normal tuning. G, E minor, F, and C on the 5th capo. That was G, E minor, F, and C on the 5th capo. That's all you need to know. Right then. Do you know the song? This is a fun one to do in the UK because loads of people know the tune and they also know the band. So, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. dip about the way you walk. Oh, so if I sing the right lyrics. Deeply dip about the cash you got. Deeply hard for the cash you got. Deeply dip about the fun we had. Deeply mad for the fun we had. Oh, my love, can make head not tell of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for the seas of passion now. Let's dip about the good one export. Let the neighbors talk. Deeply dippy, I'm your Superman. I'll explain. You're my lowest lane. Oh, my love, can make head not tail of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for the seas of passion now. Dip about your Spanish eyes, Sierra smile, legs that go on for miles and miles. Miles and miles, and miles and miles and miles and miles and oh, my love, can make head not tail of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for the seas of passion. Oh, my love, can make head nor tail of passion. Oh, my love, let's set sail for the seas of passion now. That is Deeply Dippy. Right said Fred. And again, as I said before, basically capo 5, it's G, E minor, F, and then C. And then there is a little bit where it goes dun 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 da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da da da. I just love playing it, I'm sorry. Basically, again, just adding in a little bit of something on the third one, but there's actually only 2 loops, really. So you've got a nice little upbeat kind of like rhythm kind of going. Anything with a hit, tip here. And then you've just got a and I'm just playing there. And that's it. And then I just added in the shaker. It's pretty loose. Could have been a bit more tighter, but hey ho, that's live, isn't it? That's live performance. And then all I'll do is just turn off loop number 2 when we go. Oops. It's a C, not an F. Just goes back into that. And then, of course, the good old kazoo for... But obviously I just went da 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 da, and I'm using the harmonies a lot, so ba 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 da da ba ba da 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 da. And that's it, that's the whole song. It's the whole song. So it's all fun and games. Cool. Steve, how you doing? My dyslexia stops me writing a lot, but I'm always watching and learning. You're very inspirational. Thank you. You're more than welcome, mate. No problem at all. If I'm helping, then I'm helping. That's as simple as that. So I'm glad. I'm happy to help. So one of the songs, I'm going to do the last one. That's okay, the shaker. You're cool. Thank you very much. So additional equipment. So one microphone, as I say, going in and one guitar going in at a time. Shaker, kazoo, and a very, very, very small, it's meant to sit on your foot because you used to busk, well, I still busk, but basically doing a do busking, you meant to put that on your foot and tap, and it's basically a mini tambourine. I'm sure that's just rocked everyone's ears, I'm so sorry. So it's quite useful having it like that. You can literally one finger do things like that, and then you've got the shaker as well. Useful to have. I put them on my pedal board when I've got a pedal board. You may notice as well I don't have a pedal board. That's because my meter-long pedal board that used to have the Headrush looper board on, I've sold it. I've sold it to my friend, my very good friend John Wynn. If you have a look at John Wynn's YouTube channel, he's a local musician around here, and he's just got the RC600, but he's got I think is it GR55, and he's going up to the G1000 something, electric guitar, synthesizer, multi-effects processor. So he's got a really long thing. He used to use a gun rifle case for everything he had with the 300 as well. So he's now got my my pedal board. I've got a gig next week, and I haven't got a pedal board. That's good. That's going to be fun. All I need to do is set up 4 pieces of equipment. It's not the end of the world. But I've got a pedal board coming, which I'll talk to you about soon, because I'm going to do a review on it, because it's quite a special one. I'm going to end the song I'm going to end the live stream with this song, and I play it a lot. I play this song a lot, and the reason I play it a lot is because it gets a lot of love in pubs and clubs, because it's just a well-known song, and it's a Tom Petty Free Falling. Now, for those who know, it's only 3 chords. Now, I play it with capo 3 on a normal tuning, and I basically go D, G, A. Now, that's not the original tuning. I know that. It's because if I do the original tuning, my voice will break when he goes, 'cause I'm free, and I can't get that high. I can get that high. So I can play this quiet like John Mayer can. I can play it louder like Tom Petty can. And I do a mixture of both when I play it with a looper. So we're going to start with, again, my go-to is strumming the guitar to get a rhythm. And again, I could use the rhythm section of the RC600, but as I said before, I like to have this in this mode. So so let me put this down first of all, which is a rhythm. So 2 bars, so we can do this. 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 You're gonna hear that now all the way through. This. Now, I've made a mistake there, and you can hear it. I talked while the loop was open. This. So, hold down, and go back to the original. Never do the same beat twice, the same sort of, within certain parameters. Again, hi-hats. Want a nice groove going, okay? Next is our bass. Some harmonies on top. Did I just erase all of that? I did! Yay! JP erased everything. Yeah. When that happens, it just happens. I press the button and it's all gone. Let's put it back in. Oh, I know what I did. Right, try that again. That's very nice of you to say. Sing some harmonies, but I step back a little bit from the mic so it's not in your face, it's just sitting in the background nicely. And we go. She's a good girl, loves her mama, she loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, just crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and a boyfriend too now, yeah. Not adding anything in yet. And it's a long day, living in a cedar, the freeway, running through the yard. And I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't wanna miss you. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Now, this is where we add in our next loop. And you actually sing and play at the same time, so you actually don't stop. I've only just stopped to talk to you guys. So, add it in on loop number 3, okay? And we're gonna sing low because you'll realise why. Breaking a heart and I'm free, free falling, so free, free falling, so free, free falling. Let me close the loop. Guitars in. As the chorus. And we're going to just turn it off. Now, of course, you can keep this low at this point, or we can go Tom Petty style. It's up to you. So you can either keep it like this at this pace, or what we can do is we can go to loop 4. And we can add in a bit of a heavier drum kit. Now the downside of this is it takes more time, as you've just seen, okay? So you could obviously keep it low, just with this, but then you've got another element because we're going back on there. So I'm on loop 4, and I'm going to go back over to my mode number 1, where all my first 3 loops are, and we're going to play the third verse, and then go into the chorus. But this time we're going to go high, okay? So, now the vampires running through the valley, they move west down Venture Boulevard, and all the bad boys are standing in the shadows. Oh, the good girls, alone with broken hearts. So all start, all stop. And there's a little bit of pedal dancing for me, but I don't care because start, stop's on this side and my harmonies are on this side. So what I can do is I can actually add this on beforehand, but then I'll just play this again. So, oops, sorry. Wouldn't normally do this, I'm just doing this for you guys. So I'll listen to what happens. I'm gonna go start, stop, and hit the harmonies. Good girls, alone with broken hearts, and I'm free, free falling. I'm free, free falling. It's so powerful. It's so powerful to do that. And just throw everything in that you've got. I've got the harmonies on. So I'm free. And at the same time, the low chorus we've done already recorded. Free. I'm free falling. So by doing that on chorus number 1 and establishing that, when you bring that back, that's already there. You just need to go another level. And if you're going loud, that's the way to do it. So obviously all in, as it were. And then, of course, because you've got all this, you can then play with it in the very last chorus and go mental. That's normally when I break my voice at the end of the night. So you got, so I'm free. Of course, I could go Bee Gees style. Free falling, yeah. Wow. Now, we've got this going, right? What I would normally do now, I'll just keep it running. What I'd normally do now is I'd normally take that big beat off, but I'd add me singing something else. Here we go. Streets falling, 'cause I'm streets falling, yes I'm streets falling, 'cause I'm streets falling, yes I'm streets falling, 'cause I'm streets falling, yes I'm streets falling, 'cause I'm. And this is what I'd have left for the last verse, okay? I wanna glide down over Mulholland. I wanna ride her name in the sky. We're gonna go high. I'm gonna free fall down into nothing. I wanna leave this down for a while, 'cause I'm free, free falling, 'cause I'm free, free falling. Okay, so you've got lots going on there. There's 5 loops there, all individual. And what we can do now is to bring it back down and end the song. I think it's near the end of the live show, but it's not. What we can do is just start turning the beats up. Loop 4. Free falling, falling. So we've got 3 loops left. Then beat off.
I'm free.
Come on, audience.
Free falling.
Sing it.
I'm free. I'm free falling.
The audience go wild, and they throw money and their knickers at you and everything else. So that's normally a good song to end on for the end of the night, and using all 5 out of the 6 loops. So yeah, 'cause I'm free, she says. Cool. But yeah, he says, she says, everyone says, I'm free falling. So that's how I play free falling, and I do a couple of variants of that. Obviously I said you keep it quiet or go full out loud. You can do that, depends on what environment you're in. If you're on a Sunday coffee room, doing the loud version, everyone might be a bit, oh, my macchiato. Whereas, in a pub, like everyone's drunk, that's full on loud, and that's the way to go. But yeah, so that is, thank you very much. Everyone's clapping. Yay, everyone goes clap, 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 clap. If you have liked this live stream, I know the video's been a bit funny, but give it a thumbs up, and it just pushes it out to more people so they can watch it on the replay. And if you have enjoyed this, then give us a super chat, and also you can buy this t-shirt, which is How Do You Loop? And there's loads of loops on the back. I designed it myself. So this is actually my design. It's not like robbed off someone. I did actually make this. And that's in the merch shelf, which is just under this video, under the video on YouTube. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Tuesday Tunes, and we're going to try and do this every Tuesday. I'm probably going to write out tunes at one point. But if you want me to go over anything again, if you've seen any tunes that I've done on the channel and you go, how do you do that? I do some breakdowns. But I just want to show you Tuesday Tunes. I just thought, why not? Let's do this on a Tuesday. Someone asked me, am I doing this on Twitch as well? I'm currently not, because you can do requests and things, and I want to be able to do requests. So there we go. But yeah, so please obviously share it out. Thank you very much. And I'm going to end the live stream there by blowing out your ears. Have a good afternoon, a good evening, a good day, good morning, wherever you're from. Free falling.
Free
yeah! Free, yeah! See you later, guys. Yes, I am fading that out with the